Let's go to the one that we struggle with the most, number 10. Let f be the function here. For what values of a is f continuous? Okay, a reminder, when is a function not continuous? If I have a whole or a vertical asymptote. Those are the two times where it is not continuous. So let's plug some stuff in. Okay, let's look at the multiple choice answers. Let's say the value is 1. So then on bottom, I would have x squared minus 1. Right? I'm plugging in 1 right here. Well, that means if I factored that, it would be x plus 1 and x minus 1. So what would happen if I plugged in 1 here? Well, I would have a hole because that x minus 1 and that x minus 1 would cancel. And so there is a hole at 1 if x is equal to 1. I'm sorry, if a is equal to 1. Because I would plug in a 1 there, I'd plug in a 1 there, and I'd have the same value on top and bottom. Okay? Well, our other choice here is 4. Okay, that one seems to be a pretty common value. Well, let's plug in 4. If I plug in 4, then I would have x minus 1 and then x squared minus 4 all over x squared minus 4. Well, again, the x squared minus 4s would cancel, so there's a hole at plus and minus 2 if a was equal to 2. I'm sorry, if a was equal to 4. Okay, because it would cancel on top and bottom. So it's not 1, it's not 4, because there's a hole or there's a hole for both of those. What if it was 2? And so that one's going to be the one that most students choose here. It's not right either. Okay, because if I did that, on bottom, I would have x squared minus 2. That would be the denominator. And what happens if I set that equal to 0? I could solve it. I could get x squared is equal to 2. So x would be equal to plus or minus root 2. So if I plugged in 2 for a, and then x was either plus or minus root 2, you would have a vertical asymptote. That's what would happen on my graph, okay? Because at any time the denominator is equal to 0, you're going to have a discontinuity. Whether it's a whole or a vertical asymptote, it doesn't really matter. The answer here is none. Because if I plugged in 1 for a, there'd be a hole. If I plugged in 4 for a, there'd be a hole. And if I plugged in 2 for a, there would be a vertical asymptote. All of those make the graph discontinuous, so I don't want any of them. Number 11, we're looking for the graph of f prime is